Hey everybody, welcome back to Wigs Gaming. We are doing yet another least favorite Pokemon, worst Pokemon of every generation for a specific type. Today, it's going to be Fire type. If you missed out on our normal type ranking, please be sure to hit the link in your description. You do not want to miss out on that normal type ranking. It is absolutely, hopefully, incredible. And if you guys hated it, that's fine. You can let me know too. Now, if you are interested in seeing more of these, please be sure to leave a like button on the video, and at the same time, make sure you subscribe if you're new. Now, after I've butchered that, let's get started. We are picking the absolute worst fire types in every single generation today. So why don't we get started? Now, keep in mind, this is the ultimate Pokemon picker. You can hit the link in your description below, and feel free to send me what you think. I would love to see them. DMs are always open. Here we go. What is the worst Fire-type Pokemon in Gen 1? Well, here's where things get tricky. Because I really like Gen 1. But the answer is obvious. There is one Fire-type that is not like the other. Okay? Obviously, you can't question the Charizard line. You can't question Vulpix and Ninetales. You cannot question Growlithe and Arcanine. You cannot question Ponyta and Rapidash. Magmar is not the greatest design in the world, but I really do like him. And I think he gets a lot of good moves. And you can't question a legendary. The answer is obvious. Flareon is the worst evolution ever made. There is no evolution that is any worse than Flareon. For the first 3 generations of Pokemon, they gave a fire type physical attack. They said, you're going to be a physical fire type. The problem was, from Generation 1 all the way until they finally fixed it in Generation 4, this thing only got special fire attacks. Every fire attack was special until Generation 4. So you have basically just created a Pokemon for the fire type lovers that everybody's like, oh my god, I have a Firestone. I want to have a Fire Eevee. I want to have a Fire Eevee. And then this thing is trash. What have you done? There is no question that this is the absolute worst thing you could have possibly thought of. Not even kidding. This is terrible. Okay? Terrible. Let's move on to Gen 2. Gen 2, there's not a lot of options. Oh, this is hard, but it's an easy answer. It's an easy answer. It is. It's obviously Slugma. Creative design. The problem is, here's 2 problems with this thing. One, this thing is a pure fire slug. It has no defense. It has no special attack. It does get some pretty cool moves, but it takes all the way up until level 38 to evolve this thing. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Johto games. I've been playing them recently. You can go to my channel and find out that I've been playing through Heart Gold, right? And I don't know if you've noticed this before, but in the Johto games, it is so hard to train up your Pokemon. The level gaps are stupid to the point where wild Pokemon and regular trainers are in the 20s when you're on your way to Victory Road. But yet gyms and the Pokemon League are in the 40s. Meaning I have to get this thing in the Johto region all the way to 38, right? Which, first of all, is going to take a really long time because this thing is very weak and very frail. And second of all, it evolves into Macargo, which again gains a new typing. It turns from pure fire to fire rock, which then gives you a 4 times weakness to rock and to water and ground, which is also terrible. And it doesn't even get that much stronger. So as much as I like it from a designed aspect and from a moveset aspect, just like Flareon, it just doesn't work. It doesn't. And there's nothing you can really do about it. It's got to be Slugma. Now, I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Generation 3 is my favorite generation in all of Pokemon. Wow. I'm not going to count Cast Form Fire, so I'm going to have to pick from this list. This is hard. This is hard. The answer has to be Numel. The answer has to be Numel. It's 4 times weak to fire. It's 4 times weak to water. And beyond that, it's a camel, but not really a camel because Camerupt is a camel. Not a lot of options to choose from. There's like one place in the whole game where you can get fire types if you don't get the fire starter. And I'm not counting cast form fire. So it has to be Numble. I don't want it to be Numble, to be honest with you. But I don't really have a choice. It has to be. It has to be. Generation 4, we get some more options. No, we don't. But I think this is a very easy choice. And it's obviously the Rotom Heat. What do they call this thing? They call it Rotom Heat, Rotom Fire, the Fire Rotom, Fire Rotom. Rotom is a cool Pokemon. The fact that it possesses things is a really cool idea. But possessing an air fryer, making you a fire type, just can't get behind it. Just can't get behind it. I can't. Let's go Gen 5. And this is where we have some options. And this is an easy one, guys. If anyone disagrees with me, tell me. Because I'm going to think you're nuts. It's obviously Heatmore. This is one of the worst fire types they've ever created. It doesn't evolve. Nothing evolves into it. It's a stupid design. I mean, this thing looks like it's trying to be Wartortle, but it's fire. And what do you even think this thing is? Like, a lot of Pokemon, you can easily tell it's an animal. Like, this is a cat, right? This is a slug. This is a camel. That's a ghost type, so it doesn't have to look like an animal. What is that supposed to be? Is it a fire penguin? Why would that exist? I just can't get behind why this thing exists. Hatemore might be one of the worst fire types they've ever created, period. Let's go Gen 6. Another generation I have a soft spot for. Because this reignited my love for Pokemon after I fell off during Gen 5. Oh, there are some good choices. Holy cow, this is hard. Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Look, Siri said I'm sorry because of how hard it was. Man, I don't know. It's got to be Pyroar, maybe. Is it Pyroar? Female Pyroar. It's no, I don't know if this is female or male. This Pyroar. I like the maned Pyroar. But I just think Pyroar isn't strong enough for what it needs to be used for. I also don't know why they gave it normal typing. Like, you gave a special attacker normal typing. Maybe, I mean, you get same type of attack bonus on some normal moves, but like, I don't see it. You just added a weakness to a type that already has too many weaknesses. Now you add fighting to the mix. Just not a big fan of Pyroar because of the typing, I think, more than anything else. And this design, out of the two, the full main is a lot better than this design. So I'm going to go with this design here. Now let's move on to Gen 7. Gen 7 is not a difficult choice. I love Incineroar. I used to use him a lot in Smash. But this, by far and beyond, I'm already trying to remember its name. I keep wanting to call it Sprigatito. It's not Scorbunny. It's not Sprigatito. It's not Scorbunny. It's Litten? Wasn't it Litten or something like? Was it Litten? I think it was Litten is what they called this thing. Something like that. Again, love Incineroar. I think Incineroar is a cool idea. They 100% should have made it a dark type. The fact that they missed out on that was a stupid mistake. It should 100% have been a fire dark type. But either way, Litten is... If you like cats, you chose this. Your options in Gen 7 were a grass flying type. The first dual type starter since Generation 1. And by the way, it had the best design. And that thing turned into a ghost type. And it had the coolest special move where you fire arrows at people. And your other option was Poplio. And I can't remember exactly what Poplio evolved fully into, but it was part fairy at its final evolution. And you missed out big time with Litten, man. You missed out big time with the Fire line. The Fire line has a lot of times been the best evolutionary line in most generations. You missed out big time. You messed up big time. Litten just sucks. It does. Generation 8. I absolutely loved Scorbunny. It looked like Kakashi in its second form, and that's all I needed. Darmanitan got a new form. He looked cool. The Growlithe, all this stuff looks really good, but there's one that doesn't stand out properly, and that is Carkol. again, a Pokemon that I really like the typing, but please explain to me how this thing is a golem that has been reformed into a cart full of hot rocks. How does the cart move? How is this even a living being? This is a minecart full of hot coal. And that's just design, right? The typing on this thing is garbage. The typing on this thing is rock fire. So you're 4 times weak to ground. You're 4 times weak to water. You don't resist grass anymore. You don't resist rock anymore. Actually, no. Are you weak to rock still? No, you're still weak to rock. Yeah, you're still weak to rock. I mean, what are we doing? Oh, and you're weak to fighting too, by the way. What was the thought process behind this thing? Don't get me wrong, it's a cool typing. And it has an ability that helps you hatch eggs. That's all this thing's good for. Hatching eggs. That's it. That's all it's for. That's all you can do. There's nothing else you can do about it. This is it. This is the one. This is the one. Really, really bad. Sorry, Gen 8. You messed up bad. Now, I don't remember Gen 9 having a lot of fire types. It didn't. It didn't. Fuecoco, Crocolore, and Skeledirge are phenomenal. Sharkadet and its evolutions are phenomenal. I love this thing right here. I already forgot its name. I love Chi-Yu. So it's got to be Fire Tauros. Honestly. I think from a design aspect is really the problem here. You basically created a Hisuian. You created a Galarian Tauros, right? You created Galarian Tauros, and it was a fighting type. Everybody's like, okay, I'm down with that. That's cool. That's cool. And then you're like, oh, there's a chance to get either a fire or a water Tauros. How and why? Like, Tauros is a normal type, right? I can get behind Tauros being a normal type and turning into a fighting type. That makes sense. But where is the science behind it turning into a fire or a water type? This Pokemon is not aquatic. This Pokemon is not a lion or something known for producing fire. And it never has been. I can't get behind it. I cannot. And there really were not a lot of good options to choose from. This could be something powerful. I've actually never used it, but still. Now, let's take a look at our options here. So, again, we've got Flareon, Slugma, Numel, Rotom Heat, Heatmore, Pyroar, Litten, Carkol, Tauros Fire. And the obvious answer for the worst Pokemon of the Fire type is obviously Heatmore. No question about it. You guys know it. Heatmore is the worst of this entire bunch here. So that's going to do it for me today. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like on the video and comment down below. Let me know which type you want to see next. Please subscribe if you're new too. I'm going to try to get these out daily. Thanks for watching.